Hi all, Rob here from Way Out West. We have a big weekend coming up. First off, this Friday, we welcome back the Scar Vendors, who will be releasing their new single, Good Love. What a night this is going to be. Benny and the Fly-By-Nighters will open the show. The Scar Vendors then welcome back Stevie Montgomery, who will be joined by Pat Powell and Nicky Bomber. Add DJs Larrabee and Mohair Slim, and we sure will be skanking. Then on Sunday we have Catch 23, who are a fabulous blues band. I got to have a chat with Ronnie Smith, who was the bass player and shared vocalist with the band. Ron was born in Detroit, Michigan, and we speak about his time in the Motor City. Sit back and enjoy the interview, and if you have not done so yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. As always, rock on, my friends. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I believe you're from Detroit, and I can see that T-shirt there. Yeah, tell us about growing up in Detroit, and when did you come over to Australia?
Growing up in Detroit was, well, as you know, is a motor city, car city. It was either go to the steel mill and work or leave. So I chose to leave. I grew up there like in the 70s, early 80s. In the 80s, late 70s and early 80s, it was pretty bad. The car companies and all that were all the factories were closing, and it was pretty tough. So I couldn't wait to get out of there. I still love it, but the music is great. It's a excellent sports town. Um, the blues and jazz and soul and funk and all that, hard rock. But yeah, I left there and then I went to California and lived in Lake Tahoe, Reno, Nevada, Tahoe area for about 15 years.
Right.
And I played. I did the music circuit from Reno, Sacramento, San Francisco, and Tahoe, and did the Northern California circuit for about 15 years. And I met my wife and went to Florida for a few years and did that, and then eventually came here.
Yeah. And what made you pick out Australia out of all the places in the world to go to?
Well, my wife was born and raised here. She grew up South Melbourne.
Ah, okay.
Um, Her father's American. He's from California, but she went back and forth a lot. So we met there, actually in a recording studio. I was with a band in a recording studio, and a friend brought her in, and we went out and yeah.
And so,
Oh,
but you're not living in Melbourne, am I right in saying that? Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Frankston, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were a country boy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Suburbs. Went from one suburb to another. Yeah.
Yeah. So just quickly back to Detroit. Did you catch any of the blues bands over there? I believe John Lee Hooker lived there for a little while.
John Lee Hooker. Yeah. Yeah. Saw a lot of local blues artists, but for the life of me, I can't remember. I used to sneak into the Miami Lounge with a few friends because we were underage because you had to be 21 there.
Yeah.
And we were about 18, 19, and we used to go see this man. I wish I could remember his name, but he was a harp player. He had a great band, Miami Lounge on Cass Avenue, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah. And do you ever get to
Loved
go
it.
back to Detroit? Have you been back recently?
Yeah, we try to go back once every year, at least to the States.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to Detroit in probably 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe even before COVID, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a big baseball fan.
Um,
So what's are they the Detroit Tigers or?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Tigers.
Yeah. Although I must say I'm a Chicago Cubs fan, so
Oh yeah, that's a true American baseball team there.
that's
That's
right.
yeah,
Yeah, we went
tradition,
to
boy. You
Chicago
talk
and I
about
got to go
tradition.
to Wrigley Field, saw the Cubs play the White Sox like an interleague game. That was highlight of
Oh
my
yeah,
life. And then in the
yeah.
seventh inning stretch, everyone sings Sweet Home Chicago. So that was
Oh,
heaven.
fantastic.
Yeah. So what drew you to the blues, mate? What, you know, was it
Um,
always there? Was it a family thing or?
think it was just growing up with, yeah, probably a family thing, and where I grew up in Detroit. Probably Detroit. Of course, Motown's in the air.
Yeah.
You kind of, and then the blues. It's all blues based, pretty much there. So, I'm the youngest of six kids, and a lot of soul music, and I had a brother that was into country music. Parents were World War II
Mhm.
folk. So, um, yeah, just I think the first blues album I bought was like an Elmore James album in the late '70s, early '80s.
It's a good place
But
to start. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just it always seemed to be there. I didn't really appreciate it until I left Detroit and went out to California, and I actually joined a blues band in the early '90s, and started playing bass because I was a guitar player singer then. And I moved on to bass, joined a blues band, and I loved it.
Mm.
Absolutely loved it. But the blues music it always seemed to be there.
Yeah.
Same with soul music and funk music in Detroit. It's in the water for some reason,
That's right.
as they say.
I'm intrigued to find out how Catch 23 Blues Band got their name. I mean, everyone's aware of that fantastic book and film Catch 22, but where does
They
the
do,
Catch
yes.
23 come from?
Um, you'd have to ask the guys. Brendan, the lead guy up front, the rhythm and singer, and Andy, the drummer, they formed the band, and it was already Catch 23. I think it was an inside joke of it's one worse. It's like an Australian joke. It's one worse than Catch 22.
Yeah, I actually
Um,
I looked it up. Wikipedia told me uh, Catch 23. It's three things: revenge for the happening of a Catch 22, or an act of solving a problem by creating a larger problem. I like
yeah,
that.
yes, exactly. Yeah, we formed in late 2018, but we really didn't start going until maybe 2019, the next year, and it started taking off, and we started really gigging. We found the right members of the band, and yeah, it took off from there.
So tell us about who's in the band and what they play.
Brendan Alexander's the rhythm and singer up front. He started the band. Um, him and Andy Miller started the band, and then I joined. Then we had another lead guitar player. He didn't work out. We moved on, and then we found Andy Baker, who's a great lead guitar player. He's just fantastic. And then we just took off from there, and then Andy Baker and I started writing songs together
Cool.
because we like to write, and yeah, and started taking off from there. And then we gradually made our album, and then that kind of took off, and then
I'll
we're
come
working
back to
on a
the
new
al
one.
I'll come back to the album in a sec. I'm really interested to know what a Catch 23 blues band set list looks like.
Um, we play originals from our Blues Hotel album.
Mhm.
There's some Stevie Ray Vaughan in there. There's some like Mike Zito,
I've seen Mike
guitar player.
Zito. I've seen Mike
Mike
Zito
Zito
a heap
from
of times.
yeah,
Yeah, I've
he's
been to New
fantastic. I love
Orleans.
him.
Yeah,
He's one of my favorites lately.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, some John Mayall stuff like that. We throw in we play a Bon Nice Cigar song, stuff like that. We try to keep Delbert McClinton, stuff
Yes,
like
I know
that.
Delbert. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen him at Jazz Fest too. I've been
yeah.
said to New Orleans 10 times. So I lived there for a while too. So Mike Zito used to live in New Orleans, but I think he's gone back to
Oh yeah.
Texas. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yeah.
yeah. He had a
Texas or
great
St. Louis. Yeah, he was in St. Louis for a while too, wasn't he?
yeah, he had a great
Yeah.
saxophone player with him that I'm really good friends with, Jimmy Carpenter. A great
Oh yeah.
saxophone player. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
So we like to do some standards, and we like to throw in some obscure stuff too that hopefully not everyone knows. And yeah,
that's great. And Gilbert McClinton, I think he's got the fame of showing John Lennon how to play harmonica. I read that once. Yeah, so,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
I've got all these useless pieces of information in my head. I don't.
I didn't think it was that old, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, and now you mentioned the album you had before. I believe you got a new album coming out in 2025. Can you tell us a little
Yes,
bit about?
we've been writing it. We've written about 14 songs, Andy Baker and I, and we've been arranging it over the past couple months, but we've got a lot of gigs booked now, so we're trying to fit in dates. We've been rehearsing a few songs here and there, recording demos at home. So yeah, we're very excited. It's going to be really good, we think.
Yeah,
Bullet
sure.
Bullet Full of Blues, I think we're going to call it.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
your band come highly recommended to me by a guy called Big Lee Kamarianos. You know Big
Really?
Lee? Yeah.
No. Oh
I
yeah,
think
Lee. Yes.
you played at his birthday
Yes.
party, I believe.
Yes, we did. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kelly
He's
Oddie got up with us, and Bronny Gordon got up with us and sang, and
yeah,
yeah, that was a blast.
yeah, yeah. Lee's coming down. I sent him an email. I said, I finally got your favorite band. So he's going to come down. So that'll be grouse.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we love him. He's
yeah,
a big supporter of us. We're
yeah. I
grateful
think he's got
for him.
his own little radio station, radio spot now up in Castlemaine. I think he lives in Castlemaine. So yeah. And what other gigs have you guys
Yeah,
got coming
yeah,
up? Because you play a lot regional too, don't you?
yeah. We did play for a while there before and after COVID. Right after, we did a lot of country pubs, and it
Yeah,
just seemed to. It really, we love playing the pub gigs. It's a lot of fun.
yeah,
Playing out in the beer garden, having a couple, and just it's good rehearsal for us. It gets us really tight,
yeah,
and we're very much appreciated out there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Um,
And we play the Hume Blues Club, and that'll be coming up. And Research Blues Club, we're playing there, and
yeah. Have you
yeah,
been to one of the MBAS shows yet?
we have played there 3 or 4 times.
Okay. Yeah.
We went into the competition last year
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with a different drummer, but
Oh, right.
yeah, we love it there too. All the blues club, we just love the blues community
Yeah.
in Melbourne. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And most of it's sort of run by volunteers who just love the music and want to keep it going. So yeah, we're all one big family,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, we're very happy to be a part of it.
Yep. And do all the other guys live down your way, Frankston way?
No, I'm the furthest south, I think.
Yeah.
Two of the guys, one lives in Kew, one lives in Collinwood, and one lives uh, kind of Nary Warren
Okay.
area.
All right.
Yeah,
So is the Q guy, he's the one
yeah.
with all the money, is he?
But we're all southeast-ish.
Yeah. Fantastic. Um, make sure you've got plenty of merch to bring down because we're a good merch seller for the band. So make sure you bring plenty of CDs down and
Oh,
whatever other merch you've got.
yeah, we will.
Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah.
We just sold out of t-shirts, but we have plenty of CDs to sell.
Oh, fantastic. So that's all I've got for you today. As I said, we'll get this put up, and we hit our mailing list about a week out from the gig. Really hit it really hard. So I know we're going to pull a
Okay.
a good lot of people for you. So really looking forward to seeing you and the band, Ron. And thanks for taking the time out.
Thanks, Rob.
Now you're a Zoom expert, mate. You'll be able to do this all the time. All the best, and we'll see you in a few
Thanks so
weeks.
much for having us and inviting us over.
No worries, man. Catch you later. Bye.